Hello and welcome back to SpeedyNet, where today we are going to do a very big operation. We're looking at the area of operation right very now. I mean, this has been the focus of the last few years of development of SpeedyNet, but today marks a big changing point in this whole area, as, well, you might think it's high capacity right now, and we are going to double it. Oh yes, this is going to become a lot more of a complex operation, and, well, you know, as kind of an extension of that premise, this whole operation here is also going to be a lot more extensive. So, you might wonder right now, what are we going to do? We, ladies and gentlemen, are going to get all these farms in the area hooked up and, well, start making money for us, really. I mean, that's kind of like, you know, one of the big aims. When I saw this cluster of farms, I was like, wow, gotta give products and money. So, but first things first. Over here, it's still rather tight with the engineering supplies, and a viewer commented asking me like whether or not it was an issue of not having enough supply of goods, or whether or not it was an issue of transportation. And that actually, I mean, that was a very good question, which made me think like, well, what is the issue? And I believe that the transportation part of it is pretty much sorted. It's just a matter of supplies, which got me brains working for a moment, and that happens very rarely. But we supply over here chemicals and timber, right? What do we have over here? Look at this, an oil refinery that also makes chemicals, and we are not doing anything with any of those chemicals. So, because it's really close by and all the infrastructure is already there, this oil refinery might actually make the difference between being able to sustain a gung-ho quadruple production on all of our coal mines over here as well. So we're gonna have to see. First thing that we're gonna do, therefore, is get ourselves some chemical trains that will take chemicals from over here to over here. So let's get that sorted first. Wait, what? What do we have over here now? I mean, we have another passenger car. Look at the speed. Oh, nice. And this can carry 33 passengers. Ooh, these are just the new wagons in general. Ooh, those are nice. Really nice. We're getting new wagons, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's not like they're being upgraded. It's one of the things that I was wondering about anyway. It's like, okay, so we now have trains that go at 112 kilometers an hour. Where are the wagons? And it seems that the wagons are over here. Ooh, this is very... why do we have a loose caboose over here? Really? I mean, what are you doing here? Okay, I guess so. But that's interesting. However, we got this operation over here right now, so we are not going to do anything with these new cars for now, but we might do in the future. But yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that even, so very nice. Well, continuing on, getting those trains sorted. Alright, there, we got that sorted. Now, at first, we're just gonna keep it at one train, really. I don't really know, because it's quite a short distance, I don't really know how many of these chemical trains we're gonna need, but I'm imagining that one should be more than enough for what we're doing over here. But yeah, that could really make the difference. However, before this all kicks in, because first, you know, train has to visit once, and then we have to get oil, and then we have to... So, you know, there is like some delay before this all takes effect. So, yeah. We're gonna leave that running for a while, and then we'll see what the influence is over here. For now though, the plan about the farms. We're gonna do this in a few stages, and the first thing that I think we should do really is just take a look at what we have around us really, because there's a lot of farms, lots of different types, different materials that need to be brought to different places. Now if we zoom out just a little, I guess this view shows it the best. There's like a good amount of farms around here. This one I consider to be, well, out of... I consider this one to be out of reach, really. I know it's a nice one, producing quite a lot, but no, this one's out of reach. However, you know, these three and these two, and then all the ones around over here, including these two, I mean, those are farms that we could hook up. And the way I have that set in mind is that we're gonna bring all those goods to this already very big station. And this is gonna be like the central hub, you know. We are gonna get all the goods delivered, the farm supplies will also be brought over here, and from over here they will also be moved to places. So, let's take a look at what we have in the vicinity, and we'll start over here where we have a sheep farm. And well, this is a kind of a nice trick really to get the idea of how the situation is in the region. So there, look, now we have a nice view. This is where we are, and we only have one sheep farm close by over here. Great. Well, as we can see, we need a stockyard, which... ooh, that's interesting. We have one over here. Hey, well, stockyard's taken care of, and I believe that over here is our textile mill. So I guess the sheepyard does not need any extra investment in like hooking up new factories, other than just the goods being brought there. So that's easy. Now, I mean, we know there's only one sheep farm, so here we have arable farms. I'm gonna do the same trick over here. I mean, we know the sheep farm is a cheap and easy investment, if only, well, you know, it does not produce much, and it's kind of like far away. I mean, this requires quite some investing in infrastructure, really, so... Well, let's see how the arable farms are doing. Enlarge that. So now we can see that we have like 4 of them in the vicinity, though. I mean, this is, let's say 3 of them in the vicinity. I mean, this is like, I don't know. We'll leave this one out of here for now, you know, it's a little bit too far away for this station. We might have to set up something separate for this farm. So we have 3 of them. Now, they produce sugar and grain, and the sugar can only be brought to biorefineries, of which there are none currently, or sugar refineries. So where are the sugar refineries? I only see one blinking on the right side of the map. They must be over here then. Oh, balls. They're like miles away. Right, so we have a sugar refinery over here. I mean, that's hooked up, I suppose. So I guess that also seems like that is pretty much the closest place where we could bring it realistically. Sure, there is one over here, but why hook up 2 for this short of distance? And the good thing is that over here we have the infrastructure ready for it. So I guess we're gonna take the sugar over there, and then we can take the grain to either a brewery or a grain mill. So let's see, where are the breweries? Great. There are also no breweries. There is one over here, but I don't really like this position because it's close to towns and water, so we would have to ferry those goods all around over here in order to reach this easily. So no, not gonna happen. How is that looking? Wow, there are literally no breweries close by. Right, let's take a look at the grain mills then. Oh, those are the small dots, of course. Yeah, I see one close by, really. I see one over here, this one. I'm thinking that this will be the grain mill that we're gonna use. We'll just have to further complexify this already very complex junction situation that we got over here. So, yeah, I guess that's the only, well, realistic alternative. I mean, the other ones that are close by are over here, but this is, you know, one of those areas really that is already quite crowded. I mean, this is the grain mill. Now, I don't want, because this is going to be producing quite a bit of grain, I don't want that ferried over by road or by tram even. So this is also not an option. The other one's down over here. But look at this. I mean, how am I going to fit in a station over here with any efficiency, right? I mean, no. So, yeah, I guess this is the grain mill that would... I mean, this is quite a good spot, as long as we can get some tracks in the proper junction and all that. Alright, so that's that grain mill. So that's gonna require some investing. And then we have arable farms, we just had those. More arable dairy farms, right, same stuff. I mean, this is also for me to kind of like map out, you know, where we need to bring all our goods. It's important that we do this right. We need to choose the best spots available. Now, we need a dairy and a stockyard. And we know that a stockyard's over here, so that's taken care of. The dairies. Well, there's quite a few in the vicinity. I know we used this one already. We could perhaps also use this one, but we also have one over here and one over here. How's that looking for a spot? Very bad. I see hills, I see towns, I see water. I see a big no written right on the walls of this diary. So how's this one looking then? I mean, this is looking quite alright. There's plenty of space to set this up proper. Yeah, right. I guess we're gonna use this diary, as this one is just way too far away to move all the diary from over here, really. Which, actually, I mean, dairy farms, there's only 2, so it should not be that much, but still. Right, that's that sorted. Then we have mixed farms over here. Let's take a look at you as well. Well, that seems to be... Well, a textile mill and a stockyard. We already... I mean, this is like pretty much the same stuff as a sheep farm, really. Right, okay, so we know that that is already taken care of, and that's in... Well, I mean, we have the facilities hooked up already for this, so we don't need to invest in hooking up any extra plant. What we might want to take a look at, though, is maybe, you know, upgrading the station. That could be a thing, perhaps, maybe. So, but we'll have to take a look at that later, once the traffic increases. So here we are then. Well, I guess it's time to hook up those farms now, and one thing that we should also keep in mind with that is this station is going to become a lot more busy, and we might have to expand this to even more tracks. Now, the question is, where are we going to expand that to? Is it going to expand over here, or is it going to expand over here? I'm inclined to say that we should expand that more over to this side, to like a 6 or perhaps even an 8 track station. So if 8 is the limit, that means that we could still use stuff over here. I mean, this is still all accessible. Though it's not really ideal, but... Because ideally for a proper road station, because we need a road station over here. I mean, these farms, they're all going to be done by road, these 3. Ideally, I'd have them bring that over here. Yeah, I guess we could get that sorted. Right then, okay, so game plan is to... I guess we should do the most difficult one the first, which is actually like these 2 farms, because we are going to need to get the grain mill set up over here. What I don't really want is also another station here. That's gonna be too much. We need like them tracks going over here. And then if we would also have a station, that would complicate it further needlessly. So what we are going to do is we're gonna set up a road thingy to a station over here. And then what I'm thinking is that because this distance is quite short, I'm thinking that we should set up a water connection. I don't know if this is if this will be profitable at all, but what I'm thinking is have a dockyard over here, with a canal. Now, last time I did that was like way in the beginning of the series and that didn't go so well, but I think we should give it a go, see if it works. And then what we'll have is we'll have a dock over here, and we'll have them both be delivered by road, so that we can distribute any supplies more easily. And yeah, that will be like the first operation really. And then what we could also do is have you also be delivered per boat, really. I do not see why that would not be an option, to be honest. Yeah, alright. Yeah, we can get that working, I think. Right? Yeah. Right, I guess it's time to get to canal building then, shall we? What? I mean, what is this? Ship 74. You are not even a few days old and already you're broken down. I mean, what is this? What have I bought? I mean, this is crazy. Oh man, we have been scammed. We've been ripped off. This is a second-hand ship. Balls. Alright, moving on. Alrighty, and that is the first 2 farms set up for production. Now, these ships that we got going over here, I mean, I know they're way too big for what they currently, what's currently being produced, but it is not when we will step up the production over here. So hopefully this is enough capacity. If not, we can always replace it with larger ones, but yeah. Now I guess first thing that we would need to do right now is get these goods, which haven't arrived yet, towards a plant that can process them. So basically what we need to do is we need to set up a train that moves wool to the textile mill, and also one that moves no, it's just wool for now. However, that I guess we could make it a large train as well already, just so that we have enough capacity for when it's gonna grow, because that is going to happen, let me tell you that. And then I'm thinking about this. Maybe... Yeah, but what I'm thinking is, should I hook up all the farms first and then start distributing the farm supplies, or should I start cranking up this production right now? I think we should hook up all the farms first and then worry about cranking it up. So, yeah, well, we'll worry about that later. Good, so the next farms. Let's see. We will start out with this cluster over here, which is gonna be done by road, so let's get this hooked up. Ooh, look at this, a new locomotive, and I believe, I'm not entirely sure, but I believe that this is, what max speed 48 kilometers an hour? I don't know really. I mean, I guess this is supposed to be for like coal, stone and sand, but this is really, really slow. On the other hand, if we would just have, like, you know, not part of the network, we could use, you know, well, separate pieces, you know, of track that are dedicated for coal only to use these locomotives, and we would only have to employ a few of them, but interesting choice though. I mean, look at the tractive effort. I mean, this is through the roof. The most we have right now, and I guess we could check that, if we go over here to this list, the most we have right now is on... Yeah, look, the most we have right now is 94 on these two. This one has triple of that, pretty much. So, yeah, the sacrifice of speed. So that's interesting, but we're not gonna choose it. And I'm just gonna continue setting up the vehicles here. Alright, and that's sorted. Now, one thing that I am slightly worried about is the amount of traffic on this junction, and if that becomes an issue, I do have a solution for that. And that is to just have this be a one-way bridge, have them enter over here and then exit over here onto their merry way. So there is a solution for that. Now you might also wonder, like, why do we have this extra space over here, huh? Well, that has a reason, because I foresee quite an increase in train traffic on this station. So eventually we might have to upgrade this to 3-lane entrance tracks. You see this? Planning, thinking ahead. I am so clever, me. Sometimes. Anyway, the next few farms are up here, and well, this is gonna be somewhat more of a complicated operation, because ideally I'd have a farm over here, right in between the 3 of them. But look at that, that's on top of the hill, pretty much. So, yeah, less ideal. On the other hand, it is only for these farms. Now the thing is, you know, we're gonna have to do this by station. There's no way we're gonna do this by road. And there's also these 2 farms. I consider this one to be too far away for a road, so we're gonna hook up these 2. And what I'm thinking is that we have like 2 stations over here, right? One here, one here. I'm thinking that perhaps what we could do is just have one exit on these tracks leading to both of these stations. You know, kind of like we have an exit and then we have a track that goes across where the train lines hook up to. So I hope that makes sense, you know, but basically I'm just going for like a small line over here that both converges at this junction going that way. So there's only one exit on the main track, really. So yeah, we're gonna have to see how that works out. I guess it's better if we first set up the train tracks for that, because that's gonna be the most complex operation, and then we'll worry about the roads afterwards, alright? Yeah, let's get it sorted. Alrighty, so that's all the farms hooked up. However, we are currently not moving any of these goods that we're accumulating over here to places that can produce them. And as you can see, oh my good lord, yeah, there's a lot over here. Wow, we're actually also quite low on engineering supplies, which is kind of worrying because if I'm not mistaken, you are for the building materials. That is indeed worrying. Is something wrong here? No, that one train is also enough for the chemicals that we produce over here, so... maybe we're not producing as many chemicals over here as I would have liked. Doesn't matter much because this production eventually will increase. I do have plans for that, we're just not ready for them. But it is kind of worrying really. I mean, production over here is still looking good. Maybe we're just looking at unfortunate timing really, that could be. No, because here is the big train with all the goods arriving. And you are going to take more engineering supplies than we currently have over here, if I'm not... No, you should be just fine. You should leave a little bit. This is worrying. I'm concerned about this. Yeah. Wow, that's a tight one. Right. That means that currently the little shorter train with the supplies over here, no, I'm on the station, is actually you. You are actually somewhat too long, or you it is in fact. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna send you towards the depot, and we're going to have to sell one wagon again. Oh man, I mean, it is really tight. Once this steps up over here, we will have plenty of engineering supplies over here, but so far it is indeed tight, and tighter. Now well, right, so like I was saying, what we need to do right now is we need to start moving the goods to places, and of course we're gonna start with the easy ones that we do not really need to hook extra stuff up for. For one, I think that a few trains going towards this stockyard wouldn't be such a bad idea. You know, livestock trains. So we'll get that sorted first. Hey, it looks as if the consolidation thingy also got an upgrade, because right now it can go at 80 kilometers an hour, and look at the tractive effort. Right, now seeing how the cattle car can only go at 72 kilometers an hour, it seems that we're gonna use this locomotive then. Oh, that's interesting. Right. Right, next up of the easy pickings were the plant fibers, I believe, which is plant fibers and wool. Now, I know we got like both of them, but I'm gonna make two trains, one for wool and one for plant fibers, just so that it's easier to upscale if we have growing supplies of either one of them. So, yeah, alright, let's get a wool train first. Actually, I also want to know what the payment rates are on those, so let's see. Wool. If I compare that to fish, yeah, it's quite stable, so... Right, what we'll do is, because most of the trains running in our network currently are also still going at 80 kilometers an hour, some at 96, but... what carriage is wool being transported? No. Wool. Come on, game. Show me this list. Wool. Oh, we could move that at 96 kilometers an hour. I think we should. So, yeah, we need to get a train with... yeah, that's gonna be you. Alright. Yeah, you are the one we need. We'll go with 2. And I'll quickly get this sorted. Right, so that's the fibers taken care of. I'm not really sure whether or not we have enough for the plant fibers currently. We might want to add another train, or well, I think rather lengthening up the train that we currently have. Then I think sugar beets. Those were also easy pickings because we were going to move those all the way up till here, I believe, because this was the only one. Yeah, this is the one closest by, and yeah, okay. Oh man, yeah, we're gonna move it all the way over here. We actually have also quite a few good amounts of sugar beets, so I think we should definitely run 2 long trains to that direction. Now, what do we get for sugar beets? I wonder. Oh, that's actually declining rather steeply. So, I'd like to know what kind of wagon we move about sugar beets. Show me. Sugar beets. Oh, but they can only be moved at 80 kilometers an hour, I see. That means that we're gonna employ those upgraded... Oh, crap. We're gonna employ those upgraded... No, I don't want to do that, game. Stop clicking on things. Oh, wait, that's me. No, we're gonna use these new fancy locomotives. So, yeah. Right, 8 kilometers an hour. I approve. Now, they're gonna be long trains. We're gonna use 2, but look at this traction effort, man. I mean, that's crazy. So, right, we're gonna make them fairly long. Now, that's pretty long. At least for a 2 locomotive train, I consider that to be pretty long. Right, so now that we got that sorted, it seems that all that's left for us now to really set up are the easy... oh no, actually, we still need to figure the same stuff out over here. Now, the sharp ones between you might have noticed that I have not put a depot over here. And... well, my initial idea was to kind of like move the goods, you know, to this station. But in hindsight, I don't know really whether or not that's such a good idea, to be honest. Maybe we should not. I mean, it doesn't really make much difference really, other than that it just generates more traffic towards this station. Well, on the other hand, it would mean that we would have, well, you know, the pickup intervals over here, we would have less trains in the end running between this stretch. There would all be even more so going over here. Maybe, yeah, alright, we're just gonna set it up like that, you know, because I kind of like didn't build a depot over here because I thought, you know, and I thought I was being quite clever. I thought that we would move it all over here, and there is a depot that the trains can use over here, so that's the reasoning behind it. On the other hand, I'm really starting to doubt the use of it, though. See, if we use this station as a central hub station, we can also move farm supplies from this station to this one. Yeah, I think that is actually a solid plan. So we are gonna set it up like I initially thought we would, and let me get the trains sorted. Right, that's this station taken care of, which only has 2 types of goods, which is actually fortunate, you know, so that saves us building all kinds of different trains for different goods. Then we have this one, which, well, only really carries milk as an extra one, of which we're not doing stuff with right now anyway. So it's only the livestock and the plant fibers currently. So we'll get that sorted, and since we have a depot over here, we can start out over here too. Right, okay, ladies and gentlemen, there we got it sorted right now. We are currently moving a whole lot of goods towards easy accessible plants. However, we still need to hook up this grain mill, we still need to hook up this dairy, and... was there something else? I think that was actually it. The rest was already covered. But yeah, I don't think it would be such a bad idea to, keep a close eye on this. But yeah, we're gonna have to do some balancing like after we've set up everything. But I mean, I'm looking with one eye on the time here. We've been doing quite some building already. I mean, look at what we got set up over here. All of a sudden, this area has grown increasingly more complex. And I mean, this is the initial setup. When this is gonna grow, we might want to revise those tracks, and make it more, well, fitting for high capacity traffic volumes, as well as these ones over here. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting times, but that's all gonna have to wait for next time when we play more OpenTTD.